Welcome back, everybody, to the Play Like a Jet film room. I'm Luke Grant, and today I wanted to break down Jets' rookie quarterback going into his sophomore season, and that's Bryce Hall. I wanted to give you an overview of what he did really well last year, but also some areas of improvement, and ultimately how I think he's going to fit into this Robert Saleh scheme. When you're watching the video, I want you to remember that Saleh ran more two high shells, so we're talking quarters coverage and cover two, than a lot of people think. He led the league in quarters coverage and ran the 15th most cover two in the NFL. So let's see how Bryce Hall is going to fit into that scheme and what we can expect from him in 2021. Let's start off with what I just mentioned, Bryce Hall's bread and butter, and that's cover two. Saleh and introduced it more as we're getting away from this cover one, cover three scheme that the Shanahan system has just destroyed. And Bryce Hall did it so well at Virginia, and that carried over to the NFL. What you're going to see on this first play is Keenan Allen coming across the formation, and as we freeze it before we start, Bryce Hall does an excellent job identifying that the number one receiver is going vertical, so he now picks up Keenan Allen on what he thinks is a little flat route. But the impressive part of this play is that Keenan Allen turns this into a wheel. Watch Bryce Hall get his depth, squeeze Keenan Allen towards the sideline, and then pass him off and close when the running back enters his zone. Watch it one more time. The impressive part of this play is the depth he gets, the understanding of when to pass this wheel off to the safety and then put his foot in the ground, close and make the tackle for just a 2-yard gain. That's really impressive. Speaking of impressive, this might have been Bryce Hall's best play of the year. This is the crazy interception he had against the Rams. They're running late rotation cover two, so Marcus Mayer's going to bail. They'll get out of that single high look, and the Rams are going to fake the same play they ran 1,000 times last year. They're showing outside zone to the left-hand side of the formation, and off that, they're going to boot two guys across on little over routes while Jared Goff rolls out, and they have a little throw back over the middle to Cooper Kupp. So as the play goes, we're going to see the fake outside zone, Bryce Hall, that left cornerback position. And as we freeze it right here, you see they're trying to high-low Bryce Hall. But the issue is they don't have a drag defender underneath. So he can get additional depth. And right here, he's saying to Jared Goff, I want you to throw this football. This is where the defensive player actually is on the offensive and dictates the play. He baits him into throwing it, sticks out that right hand and makes an incredible interception. But again, he gets great depth, shows him that he has outside leverage, and then dips in on the ball. If he goes earlier, Goff doesn't throw it, he goes somewhere else with the football, and it's probably an incompletion. Instead, it's a fantastic interception, and Bryce Hall baits Jared Goff into throwing it. This is a veteran move. It's savvy. It's great football IQ, understanding who's coming into his zone with that crosser. Great work from Bryce Hall. One more example of him in cover two, and this one's all about play recognition. Off coverage here, identifies the screen, and look at him come screaming in, great closing speed, wraps low and tackles. It's just beautiful. I love smart football players when you can see them watching tape, watching film, identifying it in the games, and closing. That's Bryce Hall, and that's what he does so well. When Robert Saleh does run cover two, they're going to have a great fit with what Bryce Hall does well. Moving to some man coverage now. So Bryce Hall, bottom of your screen, left outside cornerback, going against Devontae Parker. And this is where some of his hip flexibility and just a little tightness comes into play. So Parker's going to run what I'd call a 5-yard in. So he's going to feel the contact of Bryce Hall right here. Hall starts to shoot his hips, tries to go with a punch, and he fights through that. Now, he's playing trail in the end, but he still is attached enough. But you just see that yard of separation is too much to overcome. He's caught in between going for the pass breakup and the tackle. And ultimately, Parker breaks it and makes a 15-yard gain, what should have been only a 5 or 6 yarder. But you just see a little bit of tightness in the hips, an inability to flip when he's moving backwards. He's so much better at playing in off coverage or cover two and having his eyes in the backfield. But in saying that, this is an example also from that Dolphins game where he did a fantastic job on a quick slant. So what I want you to look at is how well Parker releases from the line of scrimmage. He gives what I call a dead leg release. So he throws that outside leg with a little hesitation double step, throws the long leg, and then cuts back the inside to the slant. Hall's beaten. He starts to open his hips, shoots his hands, but look at the recovery, stays in really good phase with the receiver, and then gets that long inside arm for the pass breakup. Fantastic job of recovering, ability to make up that and close that gap using his length and also his speed. He's not an overwhelmingly quick athlete, but that length at the catch point is overwhelming. Now, an issue he will have sometimes, especially in man coverage, is breaking it down. So Hall's at the top of your screen, left-hand cornerback, and as he's in tight man coverage here, you see him struggle to break it down on the little comeback or the little curl route. Out of control at the top of his break, can't slow down his feet, and then uses that right hand to slingshot himself, grab the receiver, and work back to the ball. That's a flag in the NFL 10 times out of 10. But I just want you to watch again at the top of the break, at the stem of the route, just loses control, doesn't have the best fluidity and movement skills, and that's why he's a better fit in cover 2 and playing off coverage. And speaking of that, the play I want to finish off, Bryce Hall at the bottom of screen, left-hand cornerback, this time he's playing off coverage. Now, this is really man, but if you're playing quarters, it's effectively the same thing. If the outside receiver travels vertically, you're playing off man coverage. It's one-on-one, man-on-man. He does such a great job challenging his feet. You see him so natural in his back pedal. So as the play gets going now, the Jets bail out, go to a single high, and watch the fluidity of the pedal, and then that first step quickness, and he undercuts the route. When he can play with his eyes in the backfield, identify it, and break and close, and just look how well and naturally he undercuts and gets in the passing lane for the pass breakup. That's Bryce Hall. Off coverage, cover 2, quarters, off man. That's where he's going to excel. And if Robert Saleh can work plenty of that into the Jets, I am so excited about what he can be and how good he can be in 2021. Bryce Hall, a name to watch for the New York Jets.